Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this webinar today. I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. I'm joined today by Priscilla B. Smith from Cloud9 in Brisbane. How are you today, Priscilla?
Thanks, Peter, for having me. I'm privileged to be here.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you shortly, Priscilla, as we start going through this program today. And I'll just go back onto there. What we're looking at is business advisory services, implementation training, but primarily today we're looking at charge out rates for tradies to see how they work and what you as an accountant can be doing with your clients. So we'll just I seem to have had a little money mucked up. So the charge out rate calculator that ESS BIZTOOLS has produced includes the charge out rate for tradies. So that's what I'm going to go to now. We're going to look at bringing up the So on the screen, you now have the introduction to the tradies charge out rate calculator. You type in your name as the accountant for preparing this, and then you type in the name of your client and you put in the date. There's some instructions there which will guide you through it. Who would you be doing this for? Any type of tradie. There's probably at least 30 categories of tradies in Australia, maybe more. And some of you have got a lot of these clients. One of our clients, in fact, has told us that he has over 100 tradies and he uses this product package with them each year. And then he sets up a monthly financial accounts process, and they have a monthly business review meeting. And he's charging them around $5,000 over and above what the cost for the annual accounts and the tax return was. So that's a nice way to pick up $500,000 in professional fees from supplying services to tradies and giving them real advice. What would prompt this? I think you could start with looking at the SME needs analysis, which is within ESS BIZTOOLS, which asks questions about charge out rates. Is the client happy with them? How do they compare to what he's hearing in the marketplace? Have a conversation with the clients to get their feedback as to how they think they're traveling. You could also use the benchmarking comparisons report prepared by benchmarking.com. I'm just trying to find one at present. I've got one here on my table. It's a very detailed report which will give you some matters that you can raise with your client to have a discussion with them about how they're performing. Now, when you go into this product, we've divided it into three main sections to start with. In the labour on costs, that's where I am at present. We've got permanent full-time employees, and there's 6 separate sections here. They're all numbered, A1, A2, and so on. And the idea is you type in the type of employee, in this case, the manager, and then we record what his annual leave might be, what his statutory holidays were, but you notice he's not getting any holiday pay loading in this example, and that his superannuation is 12%, and that the work care premium for him is 2%, and that he's having 5 days training. So he's going to be different to every other employee. So the other employees you set out so that we are capturing their unique labour on cost components so that the system can then do the calculations. So we had tradesmen, we had trades assistant, which was slightly different, to do with, well, in fact, we've put statutory holidays in there for 20 days. I never meant to do that, but that shows it has been different. And then we had the office manager, the clerks, and the 3 third-year apprentice. And some of their things are different. Obviously, the apprentices have got time off for training. You can then go through and look at another classification, which we call permanent part-time employees. And we have a cleaner there, and you fill in what applies to them for their on-cost. Because I find a lot of people forget the on-costs when they're calculating charge-out rates. They forget all about those charges. And we're automatically building in the build-up of costs for long service leave. And then we have a section for casuals. And in there we've got the casual staff and their classification. So hopefully you understand what we're doing here. We're going first of all to the on-cost area and building the profile of each type of employee if their on-cost calculation varies from anyone else. We then go into the calculation of the labour budget. And we'll go back to the beginning. So we started here. The system transfers in the key information, and then you insert what's in the yellow. So we've inserted the calculations performed across the page, and I will just move the screen so you can fully see it, because that's what was transferred in the manager and tradesman, trades assistant, those details. You notice in the reference numbers, it's lining up with the reference numbers that we used in the labour on costs. The labour on cost rates are shown, and the system has recorded the hours that are going to be worked based on leave hours that are going to be taken. And then you need to insert the productivity percentage that the owner expects or the CEO expects. So I've inserted 30% for the manager, 80% for the tradesman, 60% for a trades assistant. This is, incidentally, I assume this was a carpentry building type business. We got the office manager. We might be able to charge him out a bit. I got 20%. Some people would have naught for that, of course. A senior clerk, 25%. Naught for the junior clerk, 50% for the third-year apprentice. And then we come down and look at the cleaner. I found 15% I think I could charge for him. And I'll just move that across so you can see it. So that's calculating we could charge out 175 hours of his time. And then in casuals, we've got, and I'll just move the screen back for you again. We've got labourers. So there's 2 of them. And we're saying we're going to achieve a charge out of 50% for them on the hours they're going to work. So the system then tells you that the total labour costs, including on costs, is $956,756, and that the business is going to produce 10,607 chargeable hours, which equates to a 41.5% productivity. It might not mean anything other than comparing one period to another or 1 year to another in this business. We'll then ask you to insert what profit you want to make. Now, you could insert the figure if the client's got a profit in mind, but if they can determine what the investment in the business is, and I've used a figure here of $450,000 and said that they'd like to get a targeted pre-tax rate of 20%. So that's $90,000 they'd like to earn from the business. We then go into the budgeted overhead costs. The forms are set there that you could actually type in your full budget. I've cheated a little bit. I've just put in a total overhead expenses, excluding any labour on costs, of course, of $500,000. We then go to budgeted materials. Now, every tradie business that I know of buys materials in for their customer. And then they normally mark up those materials because of the extra work they've had to undertake to buy those materials in. They have to use their credit facilities to pay for them. They normally have to go and pick them up, deliver them. So I've put in 15%. I think that's a figure that needs to be closely monitored to make sure the client is recovering their 15% markup on all of their purchases. Otherwise, it will affect the charge out rate that we're determining. I haven't put any write down figures because I don't like that, but some people may have to use that, of course. So what the system has done has transferred in the labor, including labor on costs that we have, $956,000. The targeted profit is 90,000, 20% of the 450 grand investment. The overhead expenses, you remember, were $500,000. The budgeted materials markup, we're taking that off, so we're using that profit. Now, some people don't like doing that. Some people like treating that markup as a separate profit figure that they're going to retain in the business. That's all right. You wouldn't put that figure in if that was the case. So the net amount that we need to recover from our labor team from their productive hours is $1,449,000. The system then goes through a series of base time costs, pardon me, where it works back to the total labor costs, the hours worked, and does some calculations. And then we go into a base time cost and calculates a business overhead factor. Pardon me. And then we're going to get a suggested tradies charge out rate. So the system's done these calculations and is saying the manager at $223, the tradies $154. Now, at this stage, don't take too much notice, pardon me, of these figures, but when you put your own clients in, obviously these figures should be a lot closer to reality, but you might find that the productivity figures cause some variations with your clients. And then we got the proof. It's just a summary of the charge out rates, and it's saying that we're going to recover $1,451,103, which was basically the target from 10,607 chargeable hours. So then we look at the profitability. We're going to have materials. We're paying $650,000. We're marking them up by 15%. So that's giving us an income from the sale of materials of $747,000. We've got labor costs that we're going to recover of $1,451,000. We've got the labor costs of $956,000. So that's our margin. We've got $500,000. So we're setting out to end up with a net profit of $91,000. And that's compared to our targeted figure of $90,000. This never works out exactly the same, but that will give you an idea of how this product package works. I think it's a great tool to start your journey into business advisory services if you're just starting, because virtually every accounting firm has tradies as clients. And whenever I show this to tradies, they say, gee, why didn't anyone show me how to do this before? And as I said earlier, one of our subscribers has over 100 tradie businesses. He has all of them go through this process every year. And then they prepare the monthly financial accounts and have a business review meeting each month to review what their actual performance is saying. Because in that exercise I just did, we had tradies being charged out at 80%. If the percentage recovery dropped to 70%, that's going to make a difference on the required charge out rate being earned by those individual people. So hopefully that gives you a good idea as to how this system operates. And hopefully you can sit and think about the clients you could use it on. It's not advanced accounting, but it will help your tradie clients have a far better appreciation of how they are going in their business. So I hope that that helps you in your dealings. I'm now going to introduce you to Priscilla B. Smith from Cloud9. How are you today, Priscilla?
I'm very well, and I'm privileged to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, someone's just sent me through. Thanks, Adrian. Your screen is not showing the figure, etc. clearly.
It was at the beginning, Peter. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
It was
okay.
clear after that.
Oh, okay. My apologies for that, Adrian.
It just needed to stabilize, but it was clear after that.
Okay, right up. Thank you. And Adrian, you're a subscriber, so you can access all of this information within the system. Okay, over to you, Priscilla. Cloud9, what do you do? You're going to give us your story?
Yeah, so why I ended up being
Your
invited.
PowerPoints are there, so you're working well.
Yeah, thank you. So why I ended up invited to Peter's presentations, because Peter is building a group of experts around his products and around his platform. He's joined by many experts, and he does all these presentations weekly with a different expert to help you to help accountants to become the pro advisors, business advisors, to shift the practice from simple compliance to business advisory. And so in my case, Cloud9 developed the modern practice model, which incorporates all that and helps accountants to actually modernize the practice. And let's see in what kind of ways. So Peter Towers develops thousands and thousands of tools under his platform for us accountants. Without Peter's tools, we couldn't become the modern practice. We couldn't shift our services to business advisory, and we couldn't step ahead of times. So his tools, we are using his tools for 5 years now, and all I have to tell you about it, they are updated daily. And the tool he presented to you today is one of thousands. It's not one of a dozen, one of thousands of tools he developed for us, invaluable for our industry, for our profession. Just get concerned, Golda. When I found SB's tools 5 years ago, I never had to look back. These are the best, the most accomplished, the most up-to-date, and the more comprehensive platform you will ever find for for our profession. So I recommend it very much. Without this, we couldn't be there. And he's also attracting other experts to his group, which is worth following. So please try to be part of it. So I am a tax agent director partner at Cloud9 Associates. And Cloud9 Associates is accounting practice. But I'm also a founder, mentor, and training specialist. I'm developing training programs, and I'm also developing programs to help accountants to shift to the modern practice. And I'll show you what I mean, our vision. So our vision, our mission is very close to what Peter does. Also to empower accounting professionals with tools and knowledge in order to achieve their goals. And now we can say in order to become the trusted professionals the clients are seeking today. Our vision is innovation, automation, and the cloud. This is today, is happening today. As we can see, our values as integrity, consistency, and responsibility, like any accounting professional should have. So the modern practice, our vision is how to shift your practice to a modern model with low overheads, introducing innovation, introducing automation, introducing the cloud. This gives you efficiencies, improved processes, improved workflow, improved communication, saving time and money, and developing new revenue streams, and how to take care of your asset, the team. Now, when you look at our vision, it corresponds to Peter's vision when he builds tools for efficiencies to improve your processes. He's building tools for us to save time and money and develop new revenue streams. As he said, his tools allows us to actually develop complete new revenue streams which we didn't have access to before. So using his platform, this is all possible for us. When we talk about low overheads, the new times and after COVID, and we had this vision before COVID already. So low overheads and restructuring, you will have to restructure your practice in order to achieve low overheads and get rid of high cost practice, like to lower the overheads in your practice. And we do have solutions for that. Innovation, implementing the latest technologies, that is going to actually help you to actually also achieve low overheads. And then we go automation, implementing expert platforms. Now, we joined Peter's platform because he is the expert for us. We will implement his tools, and he also has procedures and other resources. It's not just the tools he builds the whole platform with the resources what we need to help ourselves to. Without that, we have the expert support with that. The cloud is the future. We are believing in the cloud, and we encourage you to embrace it and don't resist it. This is the time. Today is the day. Efficiencies, improve time management. Now, Peter's tools in BIZTOOLS, they are helping us to improve our time management. What we had to get bogged in, and the days and weeks of work and building spreadsheets and stuff, now we just help ourselves to that tool, use it, and we achieve efficiencies in our workflow. Improve processes, reforms. Now, Peter is always up to date with the latest trends in the profession, and you can trust that is something what's completely, how can I say, actual. What's happening in the profession. He will be always on the top of it. Again, improved workflow, we could only achieve it with implementing new programs, training programs I'm developing, and new integrated systems. Improved cash flow, debtors management. Now, Peter has a debtors management expert, and he's joining him on his weekly presentations. Please follow, because these experts, they have extra tools on the top of what Peter developed. And Peter is in touch with the experts, the top experts of the profession in this country. So I hope you're going to enjoy what you can get when you help yourself to Peter's tools. As BIZTOOLS, we call it, that is his platform. Then we also believe in package services, in fixed fees. And so we don't get bogged with the hourly rates. Now, in the moment we have these tools, we can also actually develop a packaged service to our clients, which they're gonna like. This is the future. New streams will be forming associations. Same with like Peter said, you can develop new revenue streams. We are forming associations with, because we can't be the expert of all trades. And so in order to be the best business advisor, we will need to associate with experts like Peter, and also we associate with other experts of our industry, where we cannot have seven uni degrees. We can't be quite everything to everyone. And then we solved it, forming associations with experts. So they come and service our clients in the moment we hit the wall, and they step in, and the client is serviced to the end of the line. So for me, how to become a pro advisor, I'm building new training programs, and we have to learn new skills. But Peter dictates to us, and then if you followed us, we're doing these presentations for 3 years now in a row. How to become a pro advisor. You have to start to learn new skills, advisory skills. Where you gonna learn those? Joining BIZTOOLS, because that's what we've done. We couldn't do that. If we wouldn't do that, we could never run a modern practice. Buying advisory tools from experts, that's what we're doing. And so there is no way around this one. There's no way around it. I said when I found Peter's SB stores 5 years ago, it would have take me 25 years to develop uh, uh, 1% or two tools. Honestly, think about it. I'm thinking I want a modern practice 5 years ago, and I said, how long is gonna take me to build all these tools? Then I found SB stores. Thanks. So I'm thinking, Jesus, how much time? My lifetime wouldn't have been enough to do this. Peter developed this for us. I call him a genius because I can't even imagine how did he find the time to build everything what's in the, and he keeps doing it by the day. Just like today he presented his new one for us. How much time we gonna save with that? How much new revenue can we generate with that? So that's the story. Joining mentorship programs. I do have a mentorship program exactly on the same lines, to mentor accountants to the new model, the modern practice. Um, Again, you answered the team. This also was our vision even before COVID. Don't forget how to actually hold your team, and how to respect your team, that because they generate your income. And so build group training. So I'm building the group trainings, incentives, offer them incentives, offer happy and safe environments for them. And these days, flexible hours, job sharing, and working from home. Try to try to make them comfortable working in the team. So when I say the cloud membership program for accountants, I'm trying to support, because this is why I'm part of Peter's group, because I got the same vision. Um, Silver level is dedicated to implement innovation and new technologies in accounting firms. We are supporting accountants to become the pro advisors. And this is the membership program. If you want to innovate your practice, we do have all the answers. And the change is real and it's happening now, and you will have to implement the best things for your practice, what is going to help you to run it efficiently. And we did, as Peter Taus presented today, the Tradies charge out rate calculator. All I can say is this is one of 5,000 tools he developed, at least. You can imagine what you're going to find under the platform. And next time we're going to present the platform, what you're going to find in there for you, and how you can find us. And please, please go and get uh, uh, accomplished with what BIZTOOLS can offer. Um, I offer the membership to innovate your practice, and you can find me there. But please go as BIZTOOLS. You will never need anything else in your whole career and in your whole practice. Your practice is going to be improved. Your practice is going to run efficiently, and what else with expert tools, trusted expert tools? You will never have to waste time to develop those, and they are amazing. I can't find the words for it. So please go and accomplish yourself what Peter does for us to help our work. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Priscilla. Gee, I'll just take this back. And what I want to now go to is back onto here. So we're looking at the special offer. But before I do that, just to wrap up the overview on Tradies charge out rates. I know it's a daunting task to commence giving business advice to your clients, especially if traditionally you have been offering them taxation service, preparing annual accounts and tax returns. But it's worth the challenge. It's interesting work, and your clients will like you for having thought about them to try to fine tune their business operations. And they'll enjoy the discussions because it will clearly highlight if you're then preparing monthly financial accounts for them and having a business review meeting, 1 hour, 2 hours maybe, where they'll see the real impact of changes in productivity of their team members, perhaps the changes from marking up the external purchases a bit more, especially after you've done some calculations for them as to what their real cost is for going out and buying floor tiles or paint or electrical fittings or whatever they're buying for their clients. A lot of people never sit down and really work out how much that really costs them. And if you were working for these clients as their full-time accountant or chief financial officer, this is the sort of work you would be doing because you would then be an integral part of their leadership team. And I really believe that is the challenge today for accountants, to provide a leadership role for your clients. So I now want to talk to you about the special offer that we have within ESS BIZTOOLS. We'll go to the second component first because this is the interesting one. For less than $1 less than $1,000, we will give you a subscription to our ESS BIZTOOLS Business Advisory Services Starter Package for 12 months. You have 24/7 access. You have your own password and username. You can use it with your whole team. Doesn't worry us if you use it with 10 clients or 500 clients. I hope you do use it with 500 clients because you'll be making real money out of the investment you're going to make. So that's the offer, $999, including GST. Now, normally that is $2,100. We've discounted it by 50%. We started off calling it an end of financial year sale, but and then the start of the new financial year, but when you look at the problems that are around Australia at present in a number of states, I lost count this morning. I think there's currently 3 states, New South Wales and Victoria and South Australia, that have got some sort of lockdowns. And I imagine a few other premiers having a close look at it. It just shows you the challenges that we've got as accountants servicing our clients, because a lot of our clients are in the front row of these problems, aren't they? They're the people running small businesses. And now we've got the construction industry closed down in New South Wales, I gather, for a couple of weeks. All of these people need accounting advice. They need your input on things like we've discussed today and many other things, of course. It's well and truly beyond the concept of preparing a profit and loss account and a balance sheet and an income tax return. So you can subscribe to our starter package for $999. You could pay monthly if you want to, but it's $197 per month, and that's going to take a bit longer.
May I say something here with your price? I can say that for us that the tools and the subscription to Peter's platform is invaluable. There is no price you can put on it.
Thank you.
It's invaluable. And I honestly mean it. Like 999, it can be 999 hundred thousands of dollars, $1 less than a million. You can't put a price on it. It is invaluable, and it is for us is irreplaceable.
Thanks, Priscilla. Okay, so you can join us. We've committed to running a weekly webinar like this one today with different keynote speakers out of our affiliate group that Priscilla referred to. We're running these each week, different days, because we know that many of you have got different commitments on different days. You go to a Rotary or another service club, or you have team meetings or staff training or whatever. So we have varied them around. Most of them are at 12 noon AEST, but some of them are at 2 p.m. So the upcoming webinars on Wednesday, the 28th of July next week, we have purchasing or commencing a business, which is part of the client mentoring and coaching. Now, what this is a series of matters that you can send to a client to educate them on a particular service. This one's on purchasing or commencing a business. What do you do to convince a new client that's just bought a business that you're going to be able to do more for them than prepare an annual set of accounts and a tax return? Because unfortunately, over the years, a lot of accountants, that's all we have ever done for a client, is produced an annual set of accounts and an income tax return. I think the best time to inform a client about the real services that you can offer is when they're buying a business or commencing a business. You can sit down and have that conversation with them and give them the horrible statistics of what the failure rate is in the first 3 years, and indicate to them that you, as a professional accountant, offering a broad range of diversified services, can assist them to be able to survive, just like they would if they were a bigger business and they were employing a full-time accountant to help them. So this is what this next webinar is about. We're going to take you through and show you the mail outs that we've prepared, whereby you're going to educate your new client purchasing or commencing a business on some of the services that you could offer to them, because how else do they know? You need to educate them. And what we've proven over the years, and you've heard Priscilla's endorsement today, what we've proven is if we give you these tools and we try to encourage you to use them, you will get the flow back from your clients, who will be very happy to say that they're your client because you are supporting them in, first of all, surviving in business. And that's the big challenge, I think, as a profession we have. The next webinar coming up, okay, that's the final one for July. We're then starting in August, and we'll be publishing those dates next week. But if you want to know the dates for August now, you can go to our website. To register for any of our webinars, please go to www.essbiztools.com.au, go down to the webinars tag and register. If you need more information, you can contact me, Peter at essbiztools.com.au, or telephone me on 1800-232-088. And if you want to talk to Priscilla, do you want to just give us your number again? I'll just bring you back on screen.
Yeah, so they can find me, and I also have your details here. And
Okay,
they can
right.
find me if they would like to implement the modern practice.
So Priscilla's got a web address there and email.
Me to show them, I can actually give them a snapshot of your platform if they want to come in. Only in that on that subject you be talking about, like buying a business, you know. I went there, and under that topic, I found 150 documents you prepared for us.
What there?
Well, honestly, I said, you're not going to be able to believe what you're going to find in it is just amazing. So if anyone wants a snapshot, they can come and I'm going to spend a bit time with them. I'll show them what you have in the platform, like a snapshot of it. Plus, if they want to modernize their practice, well, we do have a program for that. Very, very affordable.
Okay, so I'm just going to take it back again now, and we'll just finish off today. So thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. I've asked you about the need more information, and if you, I didn't mean to bring that. So thank you very much for being with us. Have a great day. Thanks, Priscilla.
Thanks for having me,
Goodbye,
Peter.
everyone. And stay safe. And for those of you who are in the lockdown areas around Australia, please be very safe. And we look forward to talking to you when you join us again, hopefully next week. And in the meantime, if you want to take advantage of that special offer, $999, you can find the registration form on our website. If you just go there, www.essbiztools.com.au. If you've got any trouble in finding it, send me an email, please, peter@essbiztools.com.au, and we'll send the registration paperwork out to you. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thanks, Priscilla.
Thanks, Peter.
Just going to find where I am now.